the editor works just like the editor inside of Outlook.
Yeah,
If you use Outlook, you've got notes, you've got comments, you can select what phone is easy to select, call that customer on, who the technicians are, what time. We could also do an all-day event. So if we know the car's going to just be there all day, just mark it as all day. It's here from 8 to 5. And then to leverage the canned jobs that you've built up inside of the application, we've added functionality that you're already familiar with.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know you have a collection of canned jobs you use every day.
Yeah.
Why not present them in the schedule?
Yeah.
The customer's calling up to have work that you know you can do, make it easy to get to. So they're going to come in for that inspection, just add it to it and save it. They're now on the schedule that easy.
Awesome.
Yeah. The other thing that I'm really proud about today is that we also had the foresight, let's do resource management. If you're coming in for a particular type of job, I need to know if I can get it in a lift. I need to know if it's a motorhome, it's not going to go on the little tiny 4-post job.
Exactly.
It won't fit. It's got to go on that big thing over in bay number 4. So we've done a resource editor so you can look at it and say, whoa, wait a minute. Can't do the bus today because it's already all blocked up.
I like that.
So I have to go to maybe in the next day. And I could go to a work week and actually drag that item to another day. So I can go from here and just drag it out to another day where it might fit.
Awesome.
It automatically updates the time, it'll update the resource where it's assigned to, it'll update the technician if we changed it. And then it's got some reporting built into it so that you can, at your leisure, go in, check off who's doing what and whatever.
That's going to be a huge benefit.
I think though, Paul, you've been using the software for 15, 20 years, close to it?
Yeah, 20 years.
It's changed a little, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So I started working on the program in '95, and when we first built it, you had to install it with 5 floppy disks.
Yep, I remember that. That's
And
when I bought mine.
you had to get an update every 5 or 6 months. You had to put a CD-ROM in it, and you had to load it on every computer. And now it automatically updates for you.
Yeah.
I think that saved you time. We've also talked about that on our user forum. You're a pretty active guy on the forum.
Yep.
I see you on there just about every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder, hey, is Paul fixing cars or is he just on the forum?
I got a lot of good information.
No, you do. And we get good information from you.
I try.
So, sincerely, you got to know that both Tim McDonald, our trainer, he and I go out and read that forum every day.
I see that.
And we're reading it and scratching our heads saying, that one's a good idea. We should explore that one. And a lot of this stuff has come from you guys.
Yeah, I know that. You got to pay attention. That's the thing I love about Mitchell. You really pay attention to who's talking about what they want.
Our users, for my job as a product manager, I'm the voice of the customer at Mitchell. And I can't do my job without you. And I love this program. And to make it better, I go to you guys. You guys are my fishing hole.
Yeah.
What good ideas are out there? Who's struggling with something? How can I make it easier for them? Just one of the things a forum member said to me one day, he said, how come when I look at the RO, I don't know how many hours are on it?
I use that every single day.
I said, well, just print it. Well, yeah, I know I can print it. And I scratched my head, said, well, that's kind of silly that it doesn't show it there. That's pretty easy. So I had them program it there. The other thing I had down here was that invoice balance, right? What was the balance of the invoice? If the guy made a deposit, I didn't know what his balance was looking at it. I think one of the coolest things that, right, if you click on the revisions, what's one of the things you like in here?
I can tell you is the ability to name the tabs. That is so great. Especially when you go to sell the revisions, it retains it.
Yeah. So now we want to put a canned job in here for something that we're going to do, or we're just going to build out an order. That canned job, this guy gets a discount, huh?
Yeah.
That canned job, now we can name that cooling job. Yeah. That is pretty slick. I like that.
A lot of times I'll have all of these filled
populated.
Up. Yeah. So when I pull up the cell revision,
you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. The customer asks, well, how much is it if I just do this, this, or this? I check them off, and it just gives me the total right there.
Yeah.
And it's just such a huge help. I don't have to sit there and figure it out on paper on a calculator real quick or guess.
You know, somebody told me yesterday, they were here, I was showing them the demo of the program, and they hadn't seen it before, and the gentleman that I was showing it to says, you guys have like just tons of functionality in here. I said, well, you know, it's 20 years of brainstorming. It's gone through version and version and version. 20 years of brainstorming, different databases. It's on SQL now. It's fast, it's secure, but we really give you the ability to do things 10 different ways. And it really fits anybody's model. And we're still working on it. I've got guys working on it back in the office right now, refining other stuff. And one of the things I want to do is I want to expand some buttons up here. Probably have some more catalogs. You know, there's like 22 of them in there today.
Right, oh yeah, there's a lot
Well,
of them.
I had the developers move the buttons over here so you could put more down here. So you can get to Napa, you can get to CarQuest, you can get to O'Reilly, you can get to AC Delco, you can get to anybody you want, basically. You know, and we use the ATD catalog now in a lot of shops.
The newest
it's
Matrix
grown.
update you guys over the tire Matrix put in there, that is so helpful.
Yeah, and do you notice that what we did was part of the cleanup or the facelift we gave, the 20th anniversary facelift, everything's got these new grids, so that just everything looks crisper on the screen, the buttons are crisper, it's easier on the eyes.
Absolutely.
And actually, because it's easier on the eyes, it's less fatiguing. I love the program. I go home every day and think about it. My friends think I'm crazy, but they ask me why I have the program on my computer at home. It's, well, because I love the program. It's my application.
Yeah.
I've been working on it all my adult life, so when I retire Mitchell someday, I'm going to leave it in a state that
Be proud of it.
I'd be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. I've been in it for 20 years. I couldn't do what I did with any other program, I don't think.
I mean, do you remember years ago, there were no catalogs.
Yep, I remember.
There were no canned jobs. There were no part kits. You couldn't get the fluids. You couldn't get to TSBs.
Everything was separate.
Everything was separate.
Yeah.
Nothing was connected. Now, for example, I don't know if you've seen this, but you go into CRM. These are CRM customers. The system now automatically goes out to the internet and says, has this customer made a review on the internet about your shop? And it shows you that automatically.
Nice.
And then from the customer screen, this is another piece of integration we did. From the customer screen, it tells me this customer's left reviews for you. And when you go out to this button, it will take you out. It'll show you what that customer said about your, and it tells me that they did it on Facebook.
Oh, wow. That's real helpful.
Yeah, so that we just added that. So we've been busy.
I can tell.
We've been busy. And again, I mean, you know, it's a labor of love with me.
Yeah.
I'm on the forum every day. I'm posting pictures, sneak previews, and say, hey, what do you guys think about this? I can't tell you the number of things. I mean, the history screen, you know, when we revised this, I sent pictures to a bunch of users and said, what else should be on that screen? Somebody said mileage should be on there. I said, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that right now. So I mean, my success is because of you folks.
So thank you.
And
we appreciate what you do.
you're successful, I'm successful, I'm happy, I'll retire happy. Maybe we'll go on a fishing trip someday
go.
when you retire. But the new version I'm excited about. I am genuinely excited.
I can't wait to get our copy of it.